to go, you are in another world. You telling them?
Yo.
Yo. So let's go all the way back around to the breakfast lunch. Hey, folks. Hey, Mr. Boots. Good morning. Uh-oh. Hello? Oh. Hello? Oh, see, it's my... I knew I was hearing stuff. My damn mic is on over here. Turn this down. Okay. Man, I was tripping there for a second. I was talking and I was hearing an echo. That was making me nervous. And folks that have had audio issues, y'all know what that means. If you talking and you hear yourself, you hear an echo of yourself, you might want to look into that. That's happened to me before in the past. But as I've said, we'll talk about that chapter. Let me tell you the three I've had, well, probably four altogether, but two of them, yeah. Hey, man, what's up? I've come to determine we got a whole bunch of racist people in this country. Wow, they're really coming out. They're coming out. They're coming out strong now. I just want to know where they were on January 6th. Well, we knew where a whole bunch of them were. They were there at the Capitol. This is a brain dump. They were at the Capitol on January 6th. That we know where they were that day. A lot of them. So anyway, so they're back out in full force again on these social media streets. He's doing a great job. He should be calling the troops. These folks are here illegally. They're raping people. They're unaliving people. Yep, they need to be arrested and taken back to their countries. So the hypocrisy is just enough to make you smile. Sometimes I laugh out loud. Didn't you guys come here illegally to this land looking for opportunity? See, but these folks have come to this land looking for opportunity and actually adding to the economy, making the United States stronger. That's the difference. When you came over, you actually came over and unalived the people that were here and then started your own thing. Yeah, it was an opportunity for you, right? But that's all that you know is violence. These folks are not coming here with any violent intent. They're coming here because they're trying to make a living. But y'all up out in these streets, just showing your ass. That's what you're doing. You're showing your ass. Keep on doing it though. Like I said, it helps me. Thank you. Appreciate that. I am retired, so it does help me. Even if it's just a little bit, so I can put gas in my car. Any little bit helps. So thanks. Keep coming in. I just read them. You see that I don't respond. I don't. I'll let my other folks out here respond to you. I just, but y'all are coming out strong. Where were you last couple months? Where were you? How come you weren't all up? Oh, because now it's what this is what you want. You want violence. This is what you want. You only know weaponry. That's your thing. Weaponry. Pew pew. Tote tote. That's your thing. It's so evident. You're showing your ass. I'm sorry, buddy. These people. Let me hook you up. Hold on a second. I'm gonna give you a fresh dish, buddy. You deserve a fresh dish. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody making it through this cycle that we're going through? And by the way, the cycle that we're going through, yeah, it's only gonna get worse. This is just the beginning. It's the beginning of this phase. So is everybody following along in the handbook? Everybody following along closely? Here you go, buddy. You remember back when you were in elementary school and everybody has the same textbook, right? And the teacher says, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to read this chapter, and Jonathan over here is going to start by reading out loud. Remember that? That's what we're all doing right now. I read the book. So I'm the one that's actually letting you guys know, let's all read together. I'm that person. Let's all read together. I have the handbook. I don't have to have it in front of me. I pretty much know it by heart, actually. I keep it in my pocket though, for reference. People, man. So, one of my longtime followers, she dropped in my comments last night. I can't remember which video, but she was there. And she said, you know what, Solo? You should go live on June 14th. I said, that's a good idea. So you remember the last time I went live, not on this platform. In fact, this is going to be on both platforms. I've kind of figured out a way to do it now. So this is going to be on both platforms. It's going to be on YouTube and it's going to be on TikTok. So I have to decide which one I'm going to go live on. I'm staged up. I'm ready to go live on YouTube. And that's probably where it's going to be. So she had a great idea. Now keep in mind that she's on TikTok. I'm not sure. I believe she is. I believe she's following me or subscribed to me over on YouTube. If not, I'm probably not going to let y'all know. Well, see, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. In fact, this may be a perfect opportunity for y'all to go ahead and subscribe. May as well do it now. It's the 10th. Alexa, what's the date today? I think it's the 11th.
Today is Wednesday, June 11th.
Yeah, so you got 3 days. So that's a damn good idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And it'll be on live. I'll be there all day. It'll be on live. I may not be sitting there all day because I have shit to do. But it'll be on live. The chair may be empty. but it'll be on live. And I will have it in such a way, I'll have it in such a way that you can actually watch my channel as though you're watching CNN. See, I have all of the bells and whistles over there. So you'll be looking at my channel, but you'll be seeing live feeds of what's going on in the Capitol. We'll figure it out. Sorry about that. Get myself together. See, you know, you guys distract me, mess me up. So, Newsom came on live last night. He was on live, and he was this close to talking about him and Epstein. He was this close of the diaper pants talking about him and Epstein. This close, I could see it in his eyes. He said it. He said it yesterday. People missed it. He said, instead of getting military coming to California, why don't you stop messing around with 4-year-old? He said it. People missed it. I saw him say it. He's fired up. He's so fired up. I think his eyes were like tearing up a little bit. He's so hot. I'd be hot too. My eyes be tearing up too. Knowing that this guy's breaking the law. He's breaking the law, y'all. But that's what he does. He breaks the law. And this is what we were talking about back then when we were all saying, don't normalize this. This is not normal. But look where we are. Look where we are. You got this. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, come on, man. Really? And when he peeps me out like that with those eyes, he doesn't break eye contact. You know how you stare at somebody and they kind of shy away? No, but he's smiling when he's looking at me. It's dead center of my. That's why he's standing here now. That's how he was adopted. By standing in the back of that cage, just like he is right there, and just standing there looking at me. And I was like, who is this guy? Yeah, isn't he so handsome? We don't know why nobody's picked him up. I said, wow, he is a good looking cat. He said, yeah, he's so handsome. We just don't know, and he's a good cat. I said, open this goddamn door. Let's take him back. And my mom was sitting in the back already waiting because I was adopting him for her. That's why I say he's really my cat. I saved your life a couple times, buddy. See how I break down? So I got to get this treat. All right, man. You broke me down. Come on. Now I had another comment, another longtime follower, and she was kind enough to tell me. I have a lot of cat lovers on here, cat owners, and dogs too, but a lot of cat owners. And she told me that what she does with her cat is that her cat gets dry food most of the time, and then occasionally she'll put out wet food. She said what she does differently though is she will like wet the dry food, moisten it, because I would assume it is. See, but the hard stuff there, I think that helps them with their teeth. It's almost like they're brushing it, you know. At least that's what I heard. I don't know if that's a myth or not. But so I said that's, and I guess it's not all. She doesn't make it all wet. It's just a little bit of moisture. I said, well, that's an idea. And then she said something about probiotics for cats. I had never heard that before. Maybe I'll do some people know here. If you know about that, let me know. If there's any brands that I should be looking into, can I get them on like Amazon or whatever, or pet store, wherever? I'm sure I would have to go to my pet store where I get his food. I'm sure they probably would know. Yeah, they would know. But the last thing did I tell you about him dropping that torpedo next to my bike in the back? It was hard like this. He was constipated, and I knew it. I knew it. And the doctors, both doctors that I went to, the emergency room and then the regular clinic out here down the street, they would not say it outright because of what they were trying to do was get me to get an x-ray. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to prompt me to get an x-ray. And then ultimately they were trying to prompt me because they said that might not even tell. So the other doctor was saying getting the ultrasound. But you know how much I'm not going down that road again. That was a horror story for me. That's why I say I saved his life a couple times. That was one of them. But at the whole time, what they ended up doing, both doctors now, first doctor gives me an appetite inducer, I guess is the right word to use, and the other doctor gave me uh, stool softener. They knew he won't eat. That's what I'm telling him. He won't eat. He's lethargic and he's not drinking his water. He stopped eating. He's trying to throw up. He's not throwing up anything. He stopped that. There's nothing there's nothing in him. This is a brain dump, by the way. See, I got to do these brain dumps actually help me, whether you guys realize it or not. Because I tell you what, if I don't do these brain dumps, then you hear this me talking like this, I would be doing this to myself, walking around here talking like this to myself. And I don't do that. I do a lot of talking in my head, but I would actually be verbalizing. And people are like, what's going on? What's up with that one? Is he all right? I'm okay. Believe me, I'm okay. I gotta stay sharp for y'all. Cause y'all, not all y'all, but a lot of people are just not paying attention. And I understand. A lot of people have a lot of responsibilities. I get it. I, I have a cat. I don't have children. So I I actually feel sorry, not feel sorry, but I empathize with folks that have children because you guys are having to explain this, and there is no way that you can sugarcoat it or explain it away. So you have to get as much information as you possibly can because you don't have the time to sit around like I do and just absorb all of this information that's coming at me, or do research, do my due diligence, and look into things that you would like to be doing, but you're taking care of your children. And I understand. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So today we're gonna, as normal, we're gonna fast up until like normal. There was one day I got hungry real early, and but it turned out by the time the meal was made, it was right on schedule. So, but I had that urge. It was like around 10 o'clock, and I was like, man, I'm hungry, which is unusual. And I usually don't get hungry until it's feeding time for me, which is around noon. And I told you guys I have a window of when I eat. Do you guys know? First of all, let's brain dump. This is a brain dump. Do you guys know that this whole breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing is a man-made thing? You know, when I say man-made, that's me saying coded way of saying it's a Western thing. Western civilization came up with that. You know why and how they came up with that, right? Because what that's called is this is the new vernacular on the street that I'm learning, which I said that's very appropriate. So they call it the soft life. So there's a group of people in this country and in the world, particularly in the West, that lead a soft life. What's a soft life? Anybody want to tell me what a soft life is? I don't come from a soft life. I didn't grow up in a soft life. I wasn't destitute or anything like that. I had a family home. Pops rolled out around when I was about 13. But other than that, But these folks that I actually grew up with, some of those folks, like when I like, let me give you an example. So when I was over in Germany as a child, I would say during that time, you could say that I was in that world of soft life, but I was just a child, so it seemed soft. So this is what that world looks like. You ready? This is what that world looks like. And folks that live the soft life, you guys know what it is. I'm telling you something you already know about. I'm just describing it. Soft life is you wake up in the morning. This let's not use the children. Let's use an adult living a soft life. Soft life is you wake up, you do like I'm doing, you come make your coffee, and you say, "Well, what am I going to do today? I'm not going to a job. You're not going. You don't work. You don't have a job. So what am I going to do? So let me see. I'm going to start with. I'm gonna go to the spa, and then after the spa, I think I'm gonna shoot over and get a mani pedi. And then after the mani pedi, I'm gonna go meet up with my friends, and we're probably gonna have some tea and whatever we're gonna have. What are we gonna snack on today? Maybe I'll order a platter of. Does that sound familiar to some of y'all out there? That's the soft life. I don't know how I got on that topic actually. Oh, see, I told you I don't forget. So that's where that breakfast, lunch, and dinner shit came from. Just eating all day long. That's why we are obese as a nation. And it's worse. And I'm gonna tell you this now. Maybe I may get some flack for this. It's okay. I can take it. The children, these teenagers, the children, and and unfortunately, we thought it was just the teenagers. Now it's the children too. When I say children under 13, obese, clinically obese. Why? Why would you say? I hate to say it. This is going to take me down two rabbit holes. Ready? Here's the first rabbit hole. These folks are sitting around playing computer games all day long and night. And I really, really thought about it. And I'm going to tell you what, maybe this is the other rabbit hole. What really made me think about what that whole thing is about is this. It's no different. We all, we all are trying to escape something, escape the madness. This is madness going on right now. Okay. So we are doing everything in our power to escape that reality because it is a reality. This is their reality that they are creating or that one person is creating for all of us. It doesn't have to be like this. This is not normal. Okay. So even the teenagers and the children are trying to escape maybe the stress of this situation, even though they may not know what's going on, but they are indirectly feeling the stress from their parents or their guardians. And they want to go hide. For instance, when I said during the last year, when I said my mentals, I was running. I couldn't take it anymore. It's too much, right? That's why I say you have to take care of your mentals. So I was hiding. I was running. I ran away. I went back overseas to my second place. So the children, teenagers and children, they also have to have an out. This is just how I'm figuring out what's going on when it comes to these games. So the other rabbit hole is going to tell you about. So here I am on my way to go work out, go running, not lifting weights, but go running, which I'm going to do today. I drive past. We have like a little shopping. It's not really a strip mall. I guess we would live in like what they call like a village, so it's kind of like a little area where you can go to the store. The grocery stores there. So I'm driving through there, and you got to go slow because it's a parking lot area, you know. And I've seen this 2 times now. So it's the times I usually go running are around 11:30. So both these times is when I saw this. So here I am, and I'm riding along, and I look over at the store, and there are people sitting out in lawn chair, not lawn. What are those things you take to the fold up chairs you take to the concert? I have one. It's in my closet. And he wants more. I'm not giving him more. See, this is when I get stern. No more. Yeah, go do something. And I look over, and it's young people, young people. Now, when I say young, I'm not talking about children. These are young adults. So they're like in their 20s. Some were in their 30s, but look, I'm not real good with ages, but these were young people, and they were in line. And I'm looking, I was like, what store are they in line? GameStop. GameStop. So it's a thing. Let me tell you, from what I understand, because I don't know. I remember when I was coming through, the computer games were things like Atari. You remember Pong? You remember Millipede? Those kind of things that were just like blowing our minds. Remember? Blowing our mind. We used to not only have it like this is how they started for folks that don't know. We would go to a play. They had places set up where they had physical big machines that were computer games. Millipede, for instance. Pac-Man. You guys remember Pac-Man? Is Pac-Man still around? That shit was fun. And remember that? Remember the animation? Remember the graphics? How just so out there. We couldn't believe. Remember Galactica? I think that was the name of it. Remember that? Remember all those? These games now, they say it's like you are not here. You are in another world. See? They're changing their reality. I get it now. And here's another thing that adds to the capper. The capper is you've got the virtual reality now with these games. So all of this is like this, and all they see is what's going on in that game world. And they're wearing all senses, all of their senses. I have said this, it's going to happen. Mark my word. They probably have it now somewhere, I'm sure, that they're going to have it in such a way that you literally are going to be able to smell stuff. They can do this shit now, y'all. Olfactory stuff, you'll be able to smell the environments that you are in. Mark my words. And then the next thing you know comes with taste. Let's say that you're out somewhere, you're going to be faking like you're eating stuff. This is stuff that's gonna happen. I know they're probably already talking about this because I'm not in that loop, but my mind, my imagination, because if they're covering up your eyes, right, putting audio in your ears for what's going on, what you see in your eyes, in your vision, that's what they're doing. They're escaping from the reality. That's why it's addictive. There's no different. You know where I'm going with this. It's no different than people that do narcotics. It's no different than people that go do shots of tequila. I have look. Hold on a second. Let me show you guys that I was into that world. I was in that world. I want to show you. I can't show it on TikTok. I can't show it on TikTok. So this is going to be on YouTube and TikTok. But let me just do it. I'm gonna try to do it coyly, and you can see how much is in it. I did it quick. Okay, so that is Patron, and I have 1800 also. I love tequila. Haven't touched that shit probably since 2018. Hey man, uh, escape. When I was doing that, what was I doing? Now, of course, I usually do it with the company of another, but I was escaping the reality. It's no different than people going on vacation. You're escaping the reality of what you have going on in front of you. How did I get on that topic? Oh, so let's go all the way back around to the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hey man, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Look, I want you to talk. I want you to talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. And tell them what you're telling me. Tell them I haven't had enough. You only gave me a little bit. You telling them? Okay. This is a hazard, by the way. When you put your cat up that still has claws, I would never declaw him. That's his protection. He does not want to let go, and then we start fighting. That time it didn't happen. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You really only have to eat one time a day. So for folks that don't live the soft life, so my peoples back in the day, we were not living the soft life. And when I say my people, I'm not just talking about here 400 years ago here in the United States of America. I'm talking about for where my peoples come from. We were not. This is, I guess, would be anybody, but that whole even the folks that created the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, there was a time in their history that they were not leading the soft life either. So what are we by nature? The way we're built, we are hunters and gatherers. So now the reason people also are getting all obese is because we're not physically going out to go. We are going out to get the food, but we are not having to survive and go get the food. Fight off lions and tigers and bears to go get our food. So in that effort to go get food, you're trying to get food so you can survive, so you can live, but you're also trying to save your own life from the other species out here that are also trying to live. We don't do that anymore. We take our asses, some of us get in vehicles and we drive to a place that's already set up and it's all laid out. So what's going to end up happening? You're going to end up getting fat and stank. Excuse that for people that, I'm sorry, but obese is the proper way to say that. How long are we going on this? Because I can't see the time. This is a brain dump. What's on the docket for the day, y'all? What's on the docket for the day is to uh go work out. That's important today. It's supposed to be 86 degrees and hazy. It's like my favorite time to go run it. Haze, so the sun is not blazing down on top of you, but it's sunny but hazy and 86 degrees. If it was just a little hotter, like 91, 92, but it's perfect. 86 is perfect. So I'm definitely going to be out running. And then I'll come back in and continue to get staged up for this live that I think is going to happen, which I've been doing anyway. That's what I've been doing, staging, getting everything ready for the live. Mm-hmm. On YouTube, not on TikTok, on YouTube. Not on TikTok, on YouTube. So she's right. That's a great idea. So the folks that are watching on TikTok right now, if you have not paused this and gone over to subscribe, go ahead and do that now because She's right. That's an easy one. That's an easy let's go live all together and watch this shit happen live. And it'll give me opportunity to meet folks that have been following me for 2 years. And then for all the new folks, new subscribers, which I'm appreciating. So we're going to end it right there. Salute. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care of yourselves. I told you. Nope. 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 You better eat what you got, buddy. Through this to go, you are in another world.